Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm going to present our paper. It feels like being locked in a cage, understanding blind or low vision streamers' perceptions of content curation algorithms. Although live streaming is a highly visually demanding activity, people who are blind or have low vision were recently reported to be active content creators on TikTok. Moreover, recent work uncovered that the algorithms of video sharing platforms were perceived to suppress the content from marginalized groups. This raises the questions of whether BLE content creators as a marginalized population perceive there are any algorithmic challenges in relation to their status of visual impairments. If yes, what kinds of perceived algorithmic challenges that the BLE content creators encounter, and what strategies do they employ to mitigate the perceived barriers created by the algorithms? We chose to study Douyin, the TikTok in China, due to its popularity within the BLE people. A survey conducted by the Shenzhen Accessibility Research Association indicated that although no screen readers were perfectly compatible with Douyin, 26% of BLE respondents still keep using Douyin frequently. We conduct semi-structured interviews with 19 BLE streamers. 7 were female and 12 were male. 11 participants were totally blind and 8 were low vision. Participants were between 18 and 42 years old. Our data include the audio recordings of the interviews, recordings of their live streamings, short videos they post, and the research field notes. We apply an open coding approach to code and perform affinity diagramming to group the codes into clusters based on their semantic similarity. We present our finding on 3 themes: the perceptions of factors contributing to disadvantages under algorithmic evaluation, and the perceived algorithmic suppression and mitigation strategies. Participants feel that the accessibility challenges with Douyin's user interfaces result in disadvantages under algorithmic evaluation. First, they often had difficulties creating visually engaging content and feel that their content was not valued by Douyin's content promotion algorithms. Second, participants believe that the barriers to actively and timely interacting with the audience result in disadvantages under the algorithmic metrics. Third, participants believe that the inaccessibility of video editing interface led to the difficulties in creating content that was valued by Douyin's algorithms. Participants also took the internet trolls as another negative impact on the algorithmic evaluation. They mentioned that the trolls maliciously report their content, click the not interest button, and even disturb their live streams. Participants suffer from 2 main perceived algorithmic suppression. They generally believe that their content was mainly locked within the BLE community by the algorithms and was barely amplified to the side audience. Their comments also highlight the belief that Douyin's algorithms limited the popularity of BLE-related content within the BLE community. Our findings show that BLE participants took various actions to mitigate the perceived algorithmic suppression. We conclude 4 strategies related to the BLE status, and 6 that may not uniquely belong to BLE community. There are 4 strategies related to the BLE status. First, participants intentionally avoid using hashtags that include BLE-related information, such as blind people, screen readers, and so on. Some participants even choose to hide their BLE identity completely. For example, they use username without BLE identity, wear some glasses to cover their eyes, avoid following or being followed by BLE users, and never post BLE-related content. Also, it was a stereotype of the mainstream society that people with visual impairments could not independently do many things. Participants described that it was helpful to promote the counterintuitive content, such as cooking, making coffee by themselves. Furthermore, some participants describe how they leverage the occupational convenience in massage shops to attract site followers. For instance, one participant provide discounts to the customers who are willing to follow the account and recommend the account to more site people. Last, our participants know that they chose to collectively ignore the pop-up window containing the not interest button, which frequently appear on BRV users' shop videos. There are 6 mitigation strategies that may not uniquely belong to BRV community. We conclude 6 mitigation strategies that may not uniquely belong to BRV community. First, participants perceive setting geolocation at the downtown areas as an effective way to resist the perceived content suppression from the algorithms. BRV users could amplify their video to site users using the geolocation tags. Second, participants describe that it is useful to attract more site followers by actively participating in site users' live streamings. P9 described that clicking like, leaving many comments, and setting GIFs could enable site streamers and remember her, and those site streamers try to help promote her account by introducing her at their live streams. Third, participants report that it was practical to spread their content through leveraging the trending topic within the BRV community, such as the Wine King safety days and the unfairness that BRV people encounter in daily life. Next, our participants with more followers describe how they help the less popular streamers. For instance, P16 combined his videos content with other BRV streamers' video content to create the mixed videos and post them on Douyin. Furthermore, some participants describe that the alternative strategies they employ was to have many comments under their videos as possible. For example, to direct more comments to his video, one participant chose to transfer the Q&A from the WeChat to the comment area of a particular video. Last, some participants described that they actively negotiate with the Douyin authority. They reach out to Douyin customer service to complain the perceived algorithmic suppression, for example, the multiple failures in uploading their videos. We discuss implications about how to design a more inclusive and fair live streaming platform. First is to design inclusive computer vision technology. We suggest that the algorithm designers may train the face recognition model with as many BRV streamers' videos as possible. Also, it is essential to take into consideration how to avoid leaking private information. The second consideration is regarding inclusive virtual identity management. Some participants worry that their appearance will leave a negative impression on the audience. A possible solution could be to explore the use of virtual idols. Designers should also consider designing the BRV user-friendly audio instructions and avatar building interface for the BRV content creators. And the third design consideration is creating more inclusive content creation experience, including the accessible filter editing experience and accessible video editing experience. Last, for inclusive algorithmic experience, we can group 4 aspects, including accessible explanation interface, accessible participatory algorithm designs, the social awareness, and algorithmic identity. For more details, welcome to read our paper. There are several limitations in our work. First, different live streaming platforms also adopt different content promotion algorithms that may affect the user experiences of the content creators. Moreover, the cultural and audience differences exist within different platforms. Furthermore, our work uncover BRV streamers' perceived bias of the algorithms. Future work should adopt more objective approaches to study whether such perceived biases exist. It also remains unknown whether the streamers with other sort of disabilities perceive there are any biases in the content promotion algorithms. Thank you for your listening, and we look forward to your questions.